Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is...
You didn't think I was going to talk about this thing? You didn't think I was going to bring this up? Welcome back to the Den, everyone. This is Tyler from Tiger's TCG Den. So glad you're here. Yeah, we need to talk about this situation going on right here. So it does seem like someone in, I think, New Zealand or Australia got access to early packs of 30th and has been streaming it on whatnot. And this particular card seems to have been popping up all over social media and everyone's talking about it. And there was rumors, mostly provided by Anon TCG, who I believe is the leading guy on this particular topic. I've been watching a few of his videos, and he's not always been right, but he's been right enough times to where we should be taking it seriously. So this Mew right here is apparently a secret ultra hyper mega chase that's coming out of this thing. It's not even in the booklet. You know, these things that come with every ETB, it's not even in that. It's like actual secret rare. And the speculation of what we've heard regarding this is that this is going to be something that's one in every 10,000 packs. And here's my biggest thing that I'm very curious about and I want to talk about tonight. In the past, big pulls, specifically like hyper rares and mega hyper rares, have been less than desired by the fan base in terms of the art. So for example, we have something like this Walking Wake right here, right? This card is like $9, but technically it's the hardest card to pull in Temporal Forces. And if that's not like another one, let me make sure I got that right. This is Temporal. Sorry, Paradox Rift. My bad. Paradox Rift. Wait. No, this one's Prismatic. Even worse. This is a Prismatic card. But I know that there was another one in like Temporal or Paradox. I'm pretty sure about that. But even if we get to a Pokemon that's more popular, say this Charizard from Obsidian Flames, the one thing that is very consistent about the Pokemon community is that it doesn't really seem to value rarity as much as it values the independent card itself in terms of artwork, in terms of artist, in terms of style, in terms of all that good stuff. And there has been a bit of a break in that with the new Mega Hyper Rares that you saw in like Ascended Heroes with the Charizard Y, or, you know, you also have, I think, you know, Gardevoir and Lucario and Mega Evolution Space, and all those ones that are like, you know, the gold one, the most recent one being the Darkrai from Pitch Black. All those are cool, but they tend to be at or less than the actual value of the main chase of the set. And the thing that I'm very curious about when it comes to this particular card is that people will say that this thing is hideous. They say they hate it, right? And it's not a gold card. In this case, it's like a weird blue chromey type of card. But even with the other ones, the futuristic rares that we saw, the ones that look like almost an oil slick, right? They were saying that those things were ugly. So the thing that I'm very curious about is that once we actually get these packs churning through the market, everybody gets their hands on the product and we see some naturally come out to the market, are these going to be valuable? Now, when we look at stuff like One Piece, which seems to be the biggest comparison when it comes to this card, you have stuff like the manga chases, right? And the manga chases command a value based off of the rarity themselves. I think you only get like one in every couple cases or something like that. I'm not super into One Piece, so you can correct me on that, but it's akin to like a lower end serialized card coming out of like Magic the Gathering, right? Very, very hard to get, very rare. But Pokemon the community doesn't seem to care about rarity. It seems to care about coolness. And the question will be is this cool? And the bigger question is that will this be able to command such a high price because of how rare it is, regardless of the cool factor, that all of a sudden everybody starts to think it's cool? One of the biggest things that everybody complains about when it comes to the 30th, the 25th, and the 20th is that they don't like the stamps. Well, the stamp is not on this card if it's real. So that's out, right? They don't like the gold texturing that's on some of the classic collections. They don't like the reprints. Well, this is completely new. We've never seen one of these in the market ever. This is brand new, and apparently there's going to be a Mewtwo and a Pikachu in there too, which totally makes sense with the 30th based off of the themings that we've been seeing. So maybe this thing will actually garner some support. And the question is, will we be looking at a possible $2,000, $3,000 card right out the get-go? We don't know as of now. But I'm very curious because the Pokemon community is so weird about this stuff. It's so particular about what it likes and what it doesn't like, and does everybody like it? And if no one likes it, then nobody likes it, no matter how rare it may be. Again, case in point being something like this, right? Pennies on the dollar, basically, for a hyper rare card coming out of Prismatic, or even if it was temporal. I mean, they're all basically the same prices now, right? There's like a bunch of gold cards that nobody seems to care about in the regular TCG. So I'm very curious, and I want to know what you guys think. Is this thing going to basically create its own value off of its own rarity, or do you think that the average person is going to dismiss it as it doesn't care? Now, we could look at like Phantasmal Flames. Phantasmal Flames Charizard commands a much higher premium than the gold variation because it's a cooler card. It's a cooler artwork. And this one objectively does not have the artwork, caliber that a lot of people expect on these modern new sets. I mean, you're seeing these amazing SIRs, and this one is okay, but it's not, it's more akin to like an old school full art from Black and White, right? And if you're not into that, and you're not into the chase of the hyper rare card, then I don't know who this is serving. I really like it, but that's because I like Mew, right? If I can get my hands on one of these, I'm going to scoop it up. But the question is, to the average collector, are they? And I want to know, what do you guys think? Do you think that this thing is going to be worth the money at launch? Do you think it's going to hold its value? Do you think it's going to go up? I want to know, do we have a pseudo serialized kind of card in Pokemon for the first time? Because this is entirely new territory, and it makes me once again reconsider my positions on the 30th. Now, I've been saying how the 30th was going to be printed into oblivion, and I still feel that way. But with the wave system that's coming out, with these much better chases that are being released through leaks, it's kind of making me reconsider things. So I don't know. I do know that the Pokemon market overall, if you're in modern sets, like hyper modern, like the last 3 or 4, it's kind of bad right now. It's not the worst, but it's not a fun time, right? But this is an interesting deviation, and I want to know what you guys think. So leave it down below. I appreciate you all watching. Remember, use promo code Pikachu30 for a free pack over at the Tigers TCG Den, and I appreciate you once again. All right, guys, see you tomorrow. Bye.